Hi everyone! Welcome back to Dragonstone. We took a little extended break due to our cat dying. So, um, we're here. We're back though. We're in for the Hot Springs episode of Dragonstone, which is episode 8, our halfway mark essentially. And we're going to, as you can see, first and foremost, we are down a man. Um,
Please no.
Brain. Mitch cannot make it today. He had some family things and child care that they had to take care of, but will hope most likely be back next week. However, everybody else is here. In fact, there's new people here. And we're going to go around the table, introduce ourselves and our characters, and answer the awkward question of what is your favorite hot spring shenanigan? Blood Creek.
Hi, I'm Bloodcree. I play Rava. She is the attempting to be edgy, but not really, but she's actually legitimately sad right now character. And has been around for a while. Have a lot of fun. Glad to be here. As for Hot Springs, like Hot Spring episode, you mean?
Yeah, shenanigans.
Shenanigan?
Like the shenanigans.
Um, I always find it funny when they do the series of gags where like the boys are trying to find a way to spy, but like they're constantly slipping or just messing up, or just the universe does not let them, and then the girls are just completely oblivious. They're just having fun, and like they can hear it on the other side, and they're like, why is this happening? And it's and it may or may not be some sort of cosmic force foiling them, but it's just the series of hilarity of failure is, and how it escalates. That series of gags always makes me laugh.
All right. Awesome. Thank you. Next, we have Lilith.
Hi, I'm Lilith. I'll be playing Kyrie today, the fucking chaos gremlin elf rogue.
Yes.
And as far as I haven't seen a lot of. I'm not a big anime person, so Hot Springs episodes have not been. I haven't seen a ton of them. But Kyrie's always down for anywhere that she can give or receive a stealthy hand job.
Appropriate. It's also my favorite hot spring shenanigan. So hand jobs because sex and water is very uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, all right, cool. Thank you. And next we have John.
Oh, is it me? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm John. I'm playing Malik Vaughn. My favorite hot tub, shit. My favorite hot spring shenanigans are hot tubs. No.
The hot tub time machine.
Yeah.
Appropriate.
My favorite hot spring shenanigans are the ones that happen in the adult anime.
So hand jobs.
Yeah.
Once again, we cycle back to hand jobs.
When the wall falls down and it's just a bacchanal and nothing else.
Okay. And last but not least, returning back from us after an extended stay away is the slow pool, Nick.
Hey everyone, I'm Slowpool or Nick. I'm playing Typhocles, who is the awful, terrible rogue who basically
You're a bard, not a rogue.
Sorry, bard. I'm getting confused. It's early for me.
Don't stomp on my territory.
He's a bard.
Thought you were a wizard.
He can be whatever you want him to be. He's also a secret agent man.
He is. Mm-hmm.
He is. And after almost, kind of sort of ending the world, he did a little planes walking, and now he's back. And my favorite hot spring shenanigans has to be a combination of towel malfunction / convenient censorship.
Convenient censorship is very good.
I love convenient censorship.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, last we left off. Oh, hi everyone. My name is Val. This is my channel. My favorite hot springs, hot springs shenanigan is, all of it. Sometimes delivering like very, very inconvenient things that happen in hot springs that shouldn't, like attempted assassinations that go awry, delivering a baby, like something that just makes like like your hot spring slightly less enjoyable, like kind of thing. Those are some of my favorite shenanigans. PvP, that kind of stuff. So
Speaking
hey, what?
of, no, I was saying speaking of.
Speaking of, last we left off, the party had just essentially awakened or dispelled a waystone underneath the city of Abatona and in its ruins, and awakened the vestige of an angel connected to the world tree, which in turn, because the spell was casted by Dree, she figured it out and was like, yo, no thanks, and decided to make her way very quickly over to the city and begin a kaiju rampage between her and this mist dragon that is essentially guarding this waystone. In the midst of trying to get back to everyone and helping everyone, the party ran back into Thora, who returned for a brief second, fought this terrifying heart, like a heart, literally a heart that wanted to give everyone hugs, gave Fleece plenty of hugs, and because gave Fleece hugs, most of the rest of the party was fine. Absolutely disgusting creature. I loved it. Only to, when you got back to the council, was like, hey, Aquinas, Rava's half-brother, was like, we need to get to that waystone, because apparently that waystone is connected to the waystone that they had uncovered in the Underdark and had awakened. So essentially, with the right address that Aquinas had and the brain. I heard dishes in the kitchen, and so my brain went this way. With the right address and the right resources, and a resource to travel through the waystones on your plane is you either have to use a spell slot or use a hit dice. You regain them after a long rest like you normally do, but that's kind of like the cost of, and you could, if you want to bring somebody else who doesn't have those resources, you can expend more resources to bring people with you. So there's that. You guys ended up in the Underdark city of hold up, because I can't pronounce fucking Nordic words. Rolzavek, which is the city that Kazel, Rava's mom, is in charge of. Which conveniently was where y'all had wanted to find an Underdark passage to begin with, and that was the whole reason why she was in. Unbeknownst that there was, literally a one-way ticket between the two areas. You rested up. There were other people, mostly magic users, that were going back and forth through the Waystone to bring back anyone and everyone they can, including Malik, Mako the Kitsune, and Thora even volunteered at some point in the early morning. So you haven't seen the three of them, but have been seeing their work by not even makeshift, very well made tents are being put up and shelters are being put up, and an assembly line of food, which is a lot of mushrooms, but, protein. And when we last left off, Fleece and Malik had just arrived into the hot springs to relax their muscles and take a break. They met a tiefling who, after learning his name, was like, yo, peace out, grabbed his towel and was leaving. And as he does that, Typhicules, could you just roll me a quick dex check, please?
Also, you're muted.
You are muted. A 10. Okay. Well, a 10 is not enough to not literally run into the redheaded half elf Kyrie as your towel falls and is conveniently censored. Ty, please describe yourself to Kyrie and vice versa. Like, what is Kyrie seeing? Y'all have never met. Yeah.
I guess dick inclusive, if that's. No, I guess convenient censorship. So what is covering that? I guess is the important question.
Clearly a black bar. Just like,
There no convenient like waft of steam.
yeah, a waft of steam.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like just a pillar of steam.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ty, go
Towel.
ahead and like describe what you look like to Kyrie and Kyrie vice versa, and then Malik, you can describe what you look like and things to Ty as
Yeah.
well. Mm-hmm.
So Ty is obviously a tiefling. He's got like long sweeping horns going up, like pitch black hair that's been like slicked back. He's quite scrawny, and he's also just completely covered in like old scars and wounds and stuff, like covered. And he's missing his left arm essentially up to the elbow, which has been replaced with like a mechanical hand.
Cool. So Kyrie looks like the most scumbaggy you've ever seen a half elf look, or any elf look. She is wearing some kind of like cloak, I think hood down. She's got piercings all up her pointed ears, and a little scruffy around the edges. Long red hair with a few kind of messy braids in them, and I think she's just kind of like, well, hello. And I think maybe she's got like something, I don't know, like a book or something out of her bag, and she's like kind of fanning steam away from herself, but you can tell that she's kind of making a concerted effort to dispel dick steam.
Dispel dick steam is
When's that one gonna make it into the player's handbook?
dispel dick. I will homebrew that spell right now.
Yep. Right now, I love it.
It's a third level. It's a
That's
third
not
level
a third level.
spell.
That's a cantrip you get to take.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's a bonus action.
Dispel,
man.
dispel minor
Dispel.
censorship.
Dispel, yeah. Dispel everything. So Malik, standing in the water because he'd stood up to talk to Ty, Malik stands just under 7 feet tall. He's 6'10". He has delicate elven features that adorn a leanly muscled frame. He is the most built elf you have ever seen. He's got orc proportions on an elven body is the issue, really. He has blue-green
Uh-oh.
skin down, and because he's not wearing anything, you can see literally all up and down from his neck to his ankles. He has these shimmering magical tattoos that like sort of look almost like tiger stripes as they go down his sides, and they just sort of like have a soft teal and golden glow to them. He has shoulder length hair that is pulled into loose, thick, loose locks, most of which is black, except for just a few locks that come off from the left temple back are just solid white. And he's got red eyes, and he is being conveniently censored by his towel, which he is just holding in his hand.
All right. Well, Malik,
Yeah.
you did catch this guy's name, and you
Yeah.
did make the connection and the role. This is one of the people that disappeared with Rava. What
Yeah.
do the three of you do?
I believe the last thing I had said was, "You should probably talk to Rava."
And that's what made him get up to leave. Like, no, thank
Yeah.
you.
Ty knows exactly what. Rava does talking with violence a lot, which is
Yeah, she
appropriate
does.
in most situations, but he prefer not to be on the receiving end of it.
Right.
He was
Is this-
betrayed, so
Look over.
take that
Look
what
over.
you will.
Look over. Ty at Kyrie. Were you coming to join us?
I could go for a dip, sure. Yeah.
So, fun thing about this hot spring is that before this calamity of Dree destroying the gods, is that this city used to worship Capillo, which was the drow god of hedonism. So there's no separation of the sexes.
Mm.
Everyone is
Perfect.
naked in the
Nice.
same hot spring.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, just like, if you're gonna wander off, I'm not gonna stop you. But I mean, not dealing with shit tends to make it come back 10 times worse.
True. Very true. But that does mean it comes back worse later.
I don't know if you've seen, but it's kind of Armageddon o'clock right now. There's not much later to happen.
Which means that I don't have to put it off much longer, so I don't have to deal with it. Really, it seems like a win-win situation for me.
Well, no.
While this intense conversation is happening, Kyrie is literally just like standing in the background between the two of them, just like tossing clothes off.
Yes. Fleece cheers you on. It's like, yeah, get in the tub. It's great, Kyrie. Like, water feels nice. You want a mimosa?
I would love a mimosa. Thank you so much.
Yep, he's gonna pour you a mimosa, but it just turns out to be milk.
That's disgusting.
A milk
Okay.
mosa.
Milk mosa, yes. Well, have fun looking away from.
Please continue discussing Apocalypse. Do not mind my book.
It's just like looking at this, satyr, and just be like, I really do not want to know where you got that milk from.
He's got a never-ending supply.
Yeah, it's worse than you think.
Ty's like,
He drowned a beach in milk.
So do most guys, but we'll
No.
continue on with that discussion later on.
No, he drowned a beach in milk. It was kind of freaky.
Yeah, I got nothing. I've seen weirder, but not many.
But yeah, no. Feel free to run off, I guess.
I would love
Bravo
to
will
say,
probably find you, though.
I would love to say and catch up, but there is a service that I'm here to attend. So,
What service?
a religious service. It's an important part of my new path.
When you say religious service in the same tone of voice that most people say pyramid scheme.
It's usually the same thing.
That was in character.
Oh yeah, 100%. And with an air of kind of knowing as somebody who's run both of them.
It's like Kyrie's like bouncing around in the background.
like doing
Right.
the I can't get my boots off dance because I've already pulled my pants down and I can't get my pants off.
It's almost like you're trying to confound the convenient censorship, which is just awkward.
Oh yeah, actively avoiding it.
What is with this steam?
It's everywhere.
Kyrie is trying to get whole on cam, so
Ty just definitely laughs at that one. Just be like, I definitely agree with that theory, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm more of non-denominational, so really, it's a business thing.
It's very easy to be non-denominational when most of the gods have left.
Well, there's still a few to kill, so there's that.
Oh, now you've got my interest.
Ty just kind of winks. It's like, I know how to say the right thing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell Rava you're here, so you might want to finish up your business quickly.
Kind of thinks for a second. Actually, it works out. Actually, works out well if you just tell her that I'm at the church.
Which church?
Oh, if she knows anything about me, she'll know which one I'm probably at.
So, Ty, real quick, you know, in this particular city, there's definitely no worshippers of Dree here.
Oh,
You're literally here because you needed a vacation and there's hot springs.
oh,
But there could be churches on the outside of this city.
yeah.
And go ahead and just roll me. You don't even have to roll me anything. You do have intelligence that there is a small, like, insurgents in this city, like, even, like, a cult following. Like, there is definitely somebody here that is trying to push Dree onto the drow because, you know, she kind of had some of them. Like, there is a good portion of, like, the former Loth drow that are actually a part of her, her regimen. So,
So, yeah, I was right about the service, but not about the church.
yeah.
All right, so less church, more just
The underground church.
non-traditional street side service.
Well, that's even more like a pyramid scheme. That's like just changing the titles around.
It's not a pyramid scheme; it's an upside down funnel of success.
Oh my god.
It's an upside down funnel of lies.
Hey, can I actually? Okay, this is gonna be a little bit unconventional.
A little bit?
know.
Whoa.
Malik, could you just roll me a dexterity saving throw as a boot flies at your head completely accidentally?
22.
All right, you pass.
It's like there's just like a whistling sound, and Malik just like bends forward and it goes past behind him.
Sorry.
Well, good thing the boot didn't break the sound barrier then. Oh no.
All right, well, have fun, and I just sit back down in the hot tub or in the hot springs.
Rava, what are you doing? Where are you?
Uh,
Are you going to the hot springs?
Rava, if you recall, was basically in the place where the fighter drow are
Mhm.
trained, and is just has gone through probably like 20 training dummies at this point.
Okay.
She is practicing with her new side blades, just
Yeah.
getting out a lot of that energy, that because she's just so angry and just so upset right now. And she's also trying to figure out, like, because she's been going through like a lot of like crazy Shadowfell like corruption changes since coming back, which she's trying to she's honestly more concerned about it than she's been letting on, but hasn't been saying anything about it because there's other things to be concerned with.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
As you're
Uh,
going through your training dummies and hitting them and poking them, you hear a male voice. Kind of. He doesn't like sneak up on you. He's very like, cause you know, no. Um, it's your half brother Aquinas, and he makes the comment. And he's like, you know, you should probably go relax. It's been a rough couple of days.
I am here.
That is not
I'm-
relaxing.
Rob is just gonna give him the dirtiest look.
Just
a
stone face. Like, it isn't. And he's just going to, like, motion his hands. It's like, you're overworking your muscles. They're tense. You are stressed. we have drugs, hot springs. This was a resort town at some point, after all.
Drugged hot springs.
Yeah. Why? I suppose I don't understand why you choose to hurt these innocent, lifeless things, rather than resting.
That actually, Rubba goes from like angry, dirty look to like, what the hell? Innocent, lifeless things. Let's rewind this. Excuse me.
The dummies. I was describing the dummies.
Yes, I know you're talking about the dummies, but how, innocent, lifeless.
Yes.
Their existence is to be hit.
Right. And he's gonna like motion
They're
because there's some.
inanimate.
Okay, so what he's gonna do at this point, he's gonna sort of motion to some of the like fighters that are putting their gear together. It's and he's gonna point out, you have, what is the word for it? You've hogged the dummies, and now they don't have anything to hit. I am instructing you. You should possibly go and relax, for everyone's sake here.
I did go through half of them.
Mm-hmm.
She looks at the pile,
Yes,
and
you did.
they're not in good shape.
He's gonna walk over to you, and he's about the same height as you, a little bit more lithe, just because he is a full elf, even though he's not a full drow. And he's got this very ethereal presence about him, mostly because of the nature of his magic, because he is a celestial sorcerer. So it's like, what's going on with this kind of guy? And he'll, make he will reach out, and if you he'll pause to wait for your consent to put a reassuring hand on your shoulder.
She's not gonna stop him.
He'll put his hand
She's
on your
she's still tense, but she's
Yeah. You'll put the hand on your shoulder, give it an affectionate squeeze and a little, I understand your pain, sister.
You really don't. The sentiment's appreciated, but you really don't.
He's gonna tilt his head curiously, and it's like, how do you know that I don't?
Did you accidentally end the world?
Not this one. However,
That is going.
not in
that
this
is going to-
lifetime. However, and he pulls his hand back. He's like, I do understand what it's like to have the responsibility of so many on your shoulders. And that pressure, and I understand the lack of support you may be feeling from our family. I understand the loss of loved ones.
To be real, I didn't know I had family until a few days ago. So yeah, she's obviously upset, but it's like she's trying to act like she's not.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
He's gonna smile. Go rest. I can reserve a massage for you if you need.
Actually, that would be rather nice.
Excellent. And he's gonna step aside and like motion you to the door.
Yeah, and Rafa will start heading out and
Mm-hmm.
pause and then point at him. Later, you and I are sparring, though.
No. Mm-mm. Look, I am a squishy sorcerer. I will
I
not
won't.
spar with you. I will just. And he like motions, and you kind of see just like some radiant spark like come from his fingers. It's like, I don't let things get close to me.
Well, that's half the fun of a sparring match with a sorcerer, isn't it?
You and I have different definitions of fun. I am not empathetic towards that.
And Rava will leave and just sort of evaporate as
Okay,
soon as she gets out of any sort of light source. Just poof, as Rava
right,
is apt to do.
right. So, um, anything that uses dark vision to see you, can't. That being said, there's no like, there is light and everything is well lit in the like in the city, because drow shit aren't the only things that live here, and dark vision still only extends to a certain point, only seen in black and white, that kind of stuff. So the city is well lit. um but if you want to purposely hang in the shadows for some reason to go to the hot spring, you are welcome to.
Oh, of course she does. That's just sort of
Okay.
like that's how she always moves, basically, at this point.
Yeah.
Just she's got a lot of like she's very hyper focused. That
Mhm.
hyper vigilance, I should say, not focus, vigilance.
Yeah. So as
So
you approach the compound that is essentially, you know, the hot spring, roll me a perception hearing, please.
11.
Okay. You hear muffled voices, and you definitely recognize Malik, but you can't understand what's going on. Do you enter the hot springs?
yeah,
Yeah.
has
You.
Ty already left? Hopefully,
No, that's
she's
the
going
thing. This is a
back and
simultaneous
forth.
thing that's happened.
Ah,
Ty has just finished his conversation with Malik and Kyrie, and Malik had just sat back down, and you see, not the same that as you left him before. Um,
Well,
Ficules.
should I be rolling stealth here? Because
Are you trying to be? You weren't trying. Because you rolled a perception with an 11. Like, you didn't know that he was there. So like the thing is that like.
she is sneaking around. Through the
Right,
city.
but
She
you're
is.
also going inside of a building is the other thing. That's why I had you roll perception to see, like, that was the whole point.
I
So
know she
there's
was
a
going
yeah,
to just sort of appear by the hot springs regardless. That was
right.
a thing, but
But for comedic
okay.
effect is what I'm saying.
Oh,
The
that's
two of
fair.
you,
Comedic effect.
the two of you lock eyes, and there is a pause before what happens.
Well then.
Ty's still like completely naked, by the way.
Rob's gonna have an easier time hitting you without that armor class.
Mm-hmm.
What armor class? He's a sorcerer.
The bard. Get your fucking like class right, dude. This is the third time.
According
I
to
mean,
the
I can't
overlay,
help it. I
Lord
just keep
Warlock.
forgetting he's a paladin.
I thought he was an artificer.
Yeah, it's hard keeping
He's a
track of what
barbarian.
fighters' ACs are.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's going on?
he's a just just
Rava's just going to stare and just smile and just start taking her gloves off.
Ty's just gonna be like, great. I'm gonna tell you right now, you really shouldn't.
Over my shoulder. Oh, hey, Rava.
I shouldn't what, you traitor?
I know exactly what you're planning, and I'm just telling you that it's a bad idea and you shouldn't.
I would like to make an insight check on Rava, if possible.
What are you inciting about her?
What is it that Typhicles thinks she's about to do?
That's more of an insight on Ty than Rava, if you're seeing.
Well, I figure like
Yeah.
if Ty is able to read her read that she's about to do a thing, I figure there should be signs of it on
Okay,
her.
so what Rava is about to do, not necessarily what Ty thinks.
No. Like Typhicles is indicating that something's about to happen. I'm trying to read Rava to see if I can tell what that is. It's not going to be good. I have a +1 to my insight. I don't know what you guys are worried about, but
And whatever
3.
do
I
you
got
mean, Ty?
It's like, this is just how they say hi to each other.
Yeah, like I said, that's they just said hi. Back in the water.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. You asked a question, yeah.
Robin's, do I look armed? And she's not. She's not wearing her sword or her bow.
He's like, I know. And that's why I was like, Ty doesn't have to cast detect thoughts to know what you're thinking right now.
Rava's just going to drop her gloves, crack her knuckles, hold her hands out to the side, and just blades.
You have knives.
Side blades. Just the
Mm-hmm.
They are, and like, she's still smiling, but her hands are shaking, and she's starting to like, there's like shadowy blackness like starting to like creeping up her arms and dripping down, and the blades, they're like they're purpley in color and fairly bright.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast a spell. It's not an offensive spell.
Okay.
Go
I'm
ahead.
going to cast Disguise Self.
It's not going to help.
Let's see what the option is.
What are you trying to look like, Nick?
I look like Shell.
Rava doesn't seem phased. She
I'm adding in an in-character sound effect of Kyrie in the background. Wait, gotta get the slurp.
Yep.
Malik is just trying to avoid looking directly at Kyrie throughout this whole thing right now.
Malik, Kyrie. This individual is the one that is causing the demon, is the result of causing the demon apocalypse on top of our shadow dragon apocalypse. He knew exactly what he was doing. He did it with intention.
Are you guys really good about to fight in the middle of a bathhouse?
Ty, what is your response to these accusations?
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't entirely. To be fair. It wasn't entirely intentional. I was denied critical need to know information.
Well, that
you also notice his accent is gone. Mm-hmm.
That seems on track with kind of the way, these things happen. By the way, what information was that you were denied?
Also, clarification. Everything?
I mean, not everything.
No. Just a clarification.
Oh. Dice is going to turn around. He's still disguised as Shell. And so Shell was an orc, or was a half orc?
Yeah, she was like a 3/4 orc, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now Ty
just
just looks like this short ha,
Or girl.
half orc, yeah,
Mhm.
orc girl, and is talking in a completely different voice. Also clothed, unfortunately for you now. Just part of the disguise. I'm sorry. Um,
Censorship. Yeah.
Fortunately for Malik, fortunately.
yeah, the
Malik is
convenient
shy.
Kyrie's probably upset because the convenient censorship like dissipated, but he turns around and he's like fully clothed now and just a disguise. Damn.
Just, yeah.
Um,
It's even worse now because he's disguised as a girl. So like,
Oh, Kyrie's very okay with that. But
yeah. But now he's censored for good. Anyway, go ahead, Nick.
just completely ignoring Rava for the moment. Long story short, I
Oh
was
no, give
working-
them the long version, please.
I was working for the Lich. I was supposed to help stop Dree. I was told that using the ring would be possible because of my ancestry, and that I would be able to control it. That was a lie, and uh,
I fix my gaze onto Rava over Ty's shoulder and just say, "Oh, so you made a deal with an all-powerful entity thinking to stop the apocalypse turn out the way you expected it to, huh?"
Rava's just going to be shaking her head. He was cackling madly. He stole the ring. We clearly told him what it did. He knew exactly what would happen.
I mean, I was told what would happen would be completely different from multiple sources, but can't always trust what you hear.
I would like to insight check Ty.
All right, so Ty, you
I
can
want to insight check
yeah,
him,
go
too.
ahead and roll your appropriate skill. You know, I know what it is. It's up to you if you want to reveal it or just GM it to me. It is a CHA-based skill. It's either persuasion or deception. So, but
I
yeah.
got an 11.
And I'll let essentially your insight will you guys will determine whether he is being truthful or not. So.
I
Mhm.
I role play Malik's low ability to insight people as his matter of factness and just taking
Mhm.
everything at face
Hold up, I
value.
gotta go find it so I can actually roll this. Where's my?
Rava's not going to believe him either way. This insight is more of just how much sympathy she has for his
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He's a bard, so that's
You have your
big.
character sheet on
Yeah.
roll
Roll
20,
20,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
okay, I'll just. Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I believe him.
Ty is telling the truth to the best of his knowledge, and both of you could recognize that. I don't know if Kyrie wanted to insight or not. He,
I mean,
yeah.
bonk.
Hey!
Like, you and Fleece are just enjoying
Hit
the
me.
time in the hot tub watching the drama unfold. Fleece ready to use his reaction just in
alright.
case. Like,
It's like
so
dinner and a show.
dinner and a show. So you know, Rafa, there is a little sympathy going on here. Like, Ty, he's missing his arm. He is covered in. Go ahead, Rava. I want you to make a medicine check for me.
She knows what happened. Like, she can look at his arm. They had to cut off his arm in order to get
Ty,
Lilith off.
Ty. No,
Mhm.
no, no. Make a medicine check. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, you think that you know what happened. That they had
That's
to
what she
cut off his
assumes.
arm. Yeah, it's.
Or he cut off his own arm.
Yeah, you think
So,
you know what
his
happened.
arm was removed.
Yeah, his arm was removed, and you can. But you do also know that his body was not as scarred as before.
Oh, he was pristine before, man.
He
He was
was
gorgeous.
pristine. Yeah.
Gorgeous George over there.
He was pristine before, and he's not pristine now.
So I take it by this that you are not working for Lilith at the moment.
Not working for Lilith ever again. Or the Lich,
Cadis.
Cadus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, he knows his name. He's just not going to say it.
He's just not gonna say it. Yeah.
Yeah. Liches tend not to be the best of employers. What with the whole I want your soul and life force to continue my own kind of deal.
We had a deal. And to say he reneged on it would be to put it mildly.
I'm just
Well,
continuing to lie. Like, I'm still just staring at Rava this whole time, trying to see if any of the similarities in previous arguments are breaking through.
Mm-hmm. Rava, what are you doing?
that we should words. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with words.
You're right.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You still lied.
Okay, there it is.
You lied to people who you would call allies. Regardless of whether you were deceived or not, you were not honest with those around you. You broke the trust of those around you. You didn't just make a mistake. You burned bridges.
Ty's just kind of like starts like kind of just like a little like quiet chuckling and just like laughs so hard he just like drops the spell.
The convenient censorship returns.
No more convenient censorship. Sorry. Totally gone now.
Roll a d4.
A D4.
Yeah. Okay. You're not an embarrassing size. So, whatever that means to Ty. Okay, so you're cackling. Continue.
And by the way, Rava's saying this is just as much for Malik as for
Mm-hmm.
Ty.
Yeah.
The intention going into it was completely different.
He just kind of just sighs and just feel like kind of like wipes a tear like with his metal hand away. It's just like, honestly, if you think you can do worse than what's already been done to me, I welcome the attempts. I'm just warning you as a former friend, just to not try it.
You are gonna fight.
Looks
Could you at
like-
least fight not in here?
No, please, in here.
Ty's just kind of like standing there just waiting.
Yeah.
And it serves you right.
So, about that apocalypse.
Ty's just like still just waiting. Just kind of like looks over. It's like, oh yeah, now I'm employed by someone far more dangerous to try and, well, not really stop it, but I'm here just to basically to ruin everyone else's time.
You got two choices, Ty. We can either kill each other here, or I'm going to give you the chance to leave.
Ty's just kind of just like, in all of our travels together, despite what I've done, I really honestly thought you held me in a little higher regard.
Jesus Christ.
I held you in the highest regard until you... Oh my god. Until you broke my trust.
there is nothing I hold in higher value than being able to trust the people next to me.
So I just kind of shrugged. It's like, well, I guess I was wrong. I honestly thought you were going to hit me. Maybe people do change.
I mean, the blades are still out. So.
Well, the blades are still out.
Yeah. Ooh, I was gonna have somebody roll an insight real quick. Ty, roll me a quick insight.
An insight? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Rava does really want to hit him, though.
Yeah, and Rava, you can roll an insight as well.
So 26.
Cool. A 19 and
19.
26. Okay, both of you. Ty, even for a half elf, considering how long ago it was you left the Shadowfell, Rava hasn't aged.
Mm-hmm.
Rava, you notice, Ty has definitely aged by a few, maybe a decade.
Everyone aged.
Right. Right,
Not,
but he
it's
was
not
in,
a big deal for Rava.
Right, but he was also in the Shadowfell with you and left at the same time. So that's something is what I'm pointing out.
Everyone else got older, but we left at the same time. Everyone here.
We all didn't go to the same place. Some of us went to somewhere much worse.
I mean, there's only so many places worse than the plane of death.
There's
Any guesses?
Kyrie, do you have a guess?
Oh, there's yet further than
We're
the
playing this game now.
than the plane of death.
Siri, there's Hades, Gehenna.
Basically, any of the lower planes.
The paper cut dimension.
I feel like that's really what you'd call the negative energy plane. Yeah.
Oh my god,
Paper cut
They,
dimension.
they took me there for a day trip. It was worse than you could possibly imagine.
Yeah, no, Ty, she definitely mentioned the
Yeah.
technical term for hell here would be
Yeah.
Gehenna. So,
Bator is, I think.
okay. Oh, like, you were taken to the Palace of Filth, Ty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Palace of Filth really lives up to its name.
I know what the Palace of Filth is.
Yeah, roll a religion check.
Character sheet, where'd you go? There you are. I rolled a 7, which makes it a 17.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a devil thing?
It is a devil
Because-
thing. Mm-hmm.
So I should have advantage on this because of favorite
Okay.
enemy?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
That didn't help.
Yeah,
like how
Malik.
nobody-
Malik and Kyrie would know that the Palace of Filth is, especially Lilith, and I mean, technically, Rava, you were also in part inside the Palace of Filth at one point, because when you first encountered Lilith, her palace sort of like was bleeding into the real world at one point when she was connected to the Duke there on his hand. It is
If I remember
located
correctly-
in the nine it's in the Nine Hells.
It's on
And
layer 7, right?
yeah, it's Lilith's personal palace. And that's Asmodeus gifted her as his consort. Yeah.
So, Rava, if you're looking to find a way to get your friend back from Lilith, not that I'm saying that you need to like this person or trust him, but if you're looking to get Beatrix back from Lilith, it might be handy to know someone who has spent an extensive amount of time at her beck and call and in her house.
Cell.
Rava looks like she's
Sell.
Dungeon cell, really. Not really so much at beck and call. I mean, hanging upside down, mostly. It's a long 5 years.
You have more information than the rest of us do, is what I'm saying.
Laugh and gradually failing.
Oh, so you oh dear. Oh. That serves you so right for what you did. I uh, if you okay, she's going to look at Malik, and then back to Typhocles. For now, put a toe out of line, and you'll find a dagger in your back. I'm not going to let you hurt anyone else here. Am I clear, Ty?
Crystal.
Good.
And he's like, he starts to leave. He's like, kind of just gives her a wink as he like walks by. But you know, on the 7th ring, we just one dagger in the back. It was a little foreplay for them.
What? Wonders how he got out.
Oh, the dagger just makes it so you can't move for what's next.
You two really need to get a room.
No, do it out here. Come on. I don't care if you're gonna fight or fuck. Just do it. Jesus, this is getting boring. What the fuck? Oh my god. Please, can you believe this?
Fleece is like, nah, like, I mean, that's my wife.
Right, I forgot about that.
Please, no.
Okay.
That was a
We have
prank.
like an
please.
understanding.
I
Right,
completely
okay.
support you, Rava. I completely support you, Rava, in whatever endeavors that you want to go for.
And again, Rava,
my
sweet,
God.
whichever one happens, I will be rooting for you to win.
How do you win? Never mind.
Oh, believe me.
Oh, there are ways to win. There are absolutely ways to win.
You two are far too competitive, I think.
So Ty, you leave, you get your clothes. You leave the 4 of them there to discuss among themselves what the fuck just happened. So, you know, Akari, do you have anything else you want to chime in on that? Like any serious business? Or are we gonna no. All
I'm
right.
dead.
Mhm.
Rava has her fists clenched still, and like the blades are still out. Like you don't even have to insight. She's having trouble dismissing them,
Mhm.
just
Look,
with
if we-
how angry she is.
If it turns out that Rava, if it turns out that he's someone that needs to die, we will kill him. It's going to be very, very easy. Don't
We seem
stress
pretty good at
yourself
that.
out over it.
Can someone who's not Fleece get Rava a mimosa?
I'm not sure I can hold a mimosa right now.
I can
I-
hold it up to your here.
A mimosa and a curly
I
straw.
will.
So here's what's up. There is just like in this
I-
hot spring, there is a decanter of endless mimosa that's just like a water tap.
I will.
Like the
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay,
I will
Yeah.
get up.
Val,
will-
you can't put that in the game and not expect Kyrie to steal it.
I will.
No,
Well,
she's
it's
just
attached
like
to the wall,
underneath
is
it,
the
like
issue.
ah.
I will, I will stand up, wrap the towel around myself, go and get mimosa, just like in between Kyrie, like like chugging from the tap, just like shove the glass under. Go, but and then just hover it back over with Mage Hand.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Rava's just like shaking her hands. Eventually gets her the one of the blades to go away and then takes it.
Just let go.
I'm not really entirely used to this yet.
I can tell.
I'm not sure what happened in the Shadowfell. I'm really not. I've not been feeling quite myself since coming back.
Well, the Shadowfell is a realm of negative energy and death, so it tends to impart those negative energies into anything that shouldn't be there, that is there for extended periods of time.
We actually walked through some of the areas unshielded, and it was I think Rob was the only one who failed her save. uh, it was extremely unpleasant.
Well, yeah, it's lit again. Realm of death. If you're not dead, you're not supposed to be there. So
Rava just stares at the hot springs.
still not looking at Kyrie.
Rava just stares at the hot springs, thinks about leaving, remembers the word. It remembers actually what Joe told her in the last hot springs episode, and is just like, after about after drinking half of it, just sort of sighs and just takes off her gear and just falls in.
Redirects gaze to a point on the wall.
Yeah. Rava's pretty beat up too, but it's not like it's intentional stuff. It's, like some of it looks like animal claws at some point. She had to fight something off. She was a ranger. She did a lot of hunting. Um, a lot of scarring, but it's not like it's like
You weren't tortured for 5 years,
Yeah.
kind of scarred.
Yeah.
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 um,
And again, to kind of remind you, because I did say this, is that it looks like Ty has aged a decade. He said that he was tortured for 5 years.
yeah.
Just to kind of point that out.
Aged a decade, tortured for 5 years. Seems in concert with one another, really.
Yeah, seems about right.
Okay. I'm pointing it out because it's not what you think you just said. Like he's been out of the Shadowfell for 10 years, and he was in the Palace of Filth for 5. That is what I'm saying. That is what y'all incited.
I see.
Oh,
Rava's gonna settle into the hot springs and just sigh deeply. She's gonna sort of stop, look at Malik for a second. I've been thinking about what you said before, and both of you should hear this too. She gestures at Police and Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
You said that all of the deities left or are dead. Correct?
Well, most of them left.
Most of them. And all of this started with
projected thoughts of a of one of these beings promising to fix everything and then destroying everything. And now we have these angels flying around talking about how Ragnarok will fix everything and, promising that it will. But, gods compete with one another. I can't. This feels. This doesn't feel right.
The information.
This feels like a repeat of what has happened.
Oh, that's mainly because you're misinterpreting some of the information that's been given to you. It's not the angels that are talking about Ragnarok's fixing anything. And actually, none of them, like Thora said that, but actually, none of the Watcher didn't say that. The mural that we found from the civilization that Beatrix destroyed indicated that.
How can we know that that wasn't put there with the intention of when the apocalypse happens, this deity can then step in and take advantage of the situation by making all of the remaining population cling to something that isn't actually true?
I mean, you can't, but you can point to literally anything and make a conjecture like that. This water is warm and feels good to sit in. How do we know that a god didn't put it here just to make people want to sit in it so that they could kill them?
I understand that. My point is that this feels awfully convenient. Just
Really?
in the context of the situation, it feels very convenient. And after everything that's happened, I'm going to need a lot more convincing
How
that this is not something, because even what happened to Ty, this is more to my point. It is very easy to deceive people into thinking they're doing something good.
I'm still confused as to how it feels like it's convenient. It's literally hitting the button on the trash compactor of the world. Like, it's not a, oh, this is an easy fix that'll solve all your problems. It's no.
No, it's
This
not.
is gonna fuck the world up, but some people will survive and it will end Dree.
How do we know that? What if I'm going to just throw this out here, because let's be fair, what happened to me with the deception and Dree showing up and destroying the world? There was no way for us to have known that beforehand. Zero way for us to have known that beforehand. There was, we legitimately thought we were doing something good.
So you don't want to repeat your mistake.
Exactly.
Dree,
I think we need to know more before
Dree
committing to this.
I mean, that's fine. I'm perfectly happy to do more research, but did Dree promise you good times or bad times that will be better than the worst times? Because the thing that I understand what you're saying. It is very easy to trick people.
Dree did not promise good times. She just promised that things will get better.
Okay. See, that's super vague and not helpful, which is a sort of a hallmark of someone who's lying to you.
But yeah, it's one of my best tricks.
When someone says,
I can see that. I can understand that. But saying
let John real quick. Can we just let John finish? Yeah.
Yes.
When someone says, I'm going to fuck up your world, and maybe some of you will survive, but it's going to end the threat, that's a really bad lie to sell. Like, if I'm trying to lie to you about me fixing your problem, I'm not going to say, look, I'm going to fix your problem, but I'm going to burn your house down first. That's a really bad lie. That's a lie that, like, I don't know, Kyrie, do you think you could pull that lie off?
Oh, for sure. For
Oh,
sure.
absolutely, she could pull that lie off.
Do you
But,
think
like,
anybody else could?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, it depends. You know, I am in a rare class of liars. So, I don't know. There's I kind of see where Rava's coming from, but at the same time, I kind of get, you know, what you're saying, and that there probably would be something a little bit more convincing to it if we were being lied to. But at the same time, you know, it's kind of one of those, well, wouldn't that be what they want us to think kind of situations where maybe that is part of how convincing the lie is.
Let me put it this way. If since Dree's apocalypse is already so bad, saying that they're going to scorch the earth, but hey, don't worry, just stay underground, you'll be fine. That's what I'm hearing. They want that someone wants us to push this button because they're going to fix our problem. And don't worry, all we have to do is be in this place and we'll be fine when it happens. And just let them take care of it all. But why do they need us to push this button? Aren't these waystones here to seal something away and prevent it?
They need us to push these buttons because Dree locked the buttons away.
And that does kind of put a very compelling point in the Malik column, because why would Dree lock them away if they weren't, you know, a real, you know, danger to Dree?
I don't doubt they're a danger to Dree. Oh, that's not an argument. The question is it actually Dree that locked them away? Or did something else lock them away sooner?
Yes, it's actually, that's why Dree showed up when we unlocked the stone and started rampaging through the town.
Dree showed up when you unlock the stone because they are a threat to her, not because she necessarily sealed them in the first place.
If I cast a spell,
you know for sure that she locked them.
Yes.
Didn't the angel tell us that?
I don't believe anything the angel said.
Yeah.
I'm asking Malik.
Mm-hmm.
If I cast
your
a spell,
magic, tangibly, is there a way for you to physically see that Dree was the one that locked them away?
Yes. I just have to get to the next one and I can identify the spell that was cast on it. Actually, I did identify. Actually, didn't I identify the spell that was cast?
Yeah, you did. The thing that tips you off to Dree is that the incantation that Fleece said dispelled it, and it was like an incantation for that specific stone, or for Chazakel, and there when it dispelled, like the form of Dree did like appear, like almost like an alarm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like there was.
We first of all, when I identified the spell, I could tell that it was an effect cast by a divine entity or something with that level of power, because there's no way I was going to be able to sell it on my own. And once Fleece uttered the command phrase that broke it, when it unleashed, there was very clearly a Dree-shaped image that appeared from the spell.
It honestly might as well have said, this spell was brought to you by Dree of Dree Industries, like on the shit. So it's Dree.
To play devil's advocate here, are you certain that the spell was Dree and there wasn't some sort of alarm, additional spell put there by Dree as a sort of alarm or trigger in order to tell her that something is broken? Because remember, there used to be a lot of deities. Any one of them could have sealed it
on the stone.
Okay.
A couple things. Yeah, there was only one spell on the stone. Also, Rava, I would be real careful about terms like devil's advocate around Malik. He seems kind of touchy on the subject.
I do know you enjoy playing devil's advocate.
Rava is just she's just gonna give Kyrie a look like, really, you're going
I'm just
there?
saying. I'm just
Really?
saying. I'm just
Entire-
saying.
If Malik, in this entire conversation, Malik has continued to just stare at a point on the wall. He's not actually looking at either one of you.
One second.
That is a comfort to hear. I won't lie. But I still think there should be. I still think we need to put as much energy as possible into looking for a way that doesn't wipe that doesn't push the trash compactor on this world. How about that?
I
I
mean,
think-
sure. It would be
I
nice.
think-
It would be absolutely great to have a solution that doesn't revolve around utilizing.
We don't have a solution yet, but we need to look for one.
Here's
Because I'm not comfortable with this. There is no way to evacuate all life.
what we need to do, and it's really, it's a good way forward in just about any situation. It's how I decide what I'm going to have for breakfast in the morning. We gather as much information as possible and make the best decision that we have available to us. And sometimes that best decision is, leftover food that maybe doesn't look super great, or kind of hitting the trash compactor button on the world. And we might get to that point, and I'm ready to pull that trigger if we get to that point and we don't have a better option. But of course, if we do have a better option, great.
I
We'll
will.
fucking
If we do
I-
get to that point, it'll be by one of your hands. I'm not pushing that final
well,
button.
I love hitting buttons. So
Also, as a matter
That's
of
good for
As
you.
a matter of
Kyrie.
fact, if the spell was cast by Dree and is maintained by Dree to the point where Dree knows when it breaks one of the seals, Dree's death would theoretically break all the seals, and Ragnarok would happen anyways.
Then why would Ragnarok need to happen if Dree was dead?
Because
sounds like
Ragnarok
Isn't
is a
gonna
natural process of the world. It's a thing that's
Yeah.
gonna happen regardless. The question is only when.
it's it's cyclical. It's sometimes you gotta.
Our world is due for a Ragnarok already.
Uh-huh.
Dree's the only thing keeping it back.
Are you saying that if Dree didn't show up, we would have still had it?
Probably. Maybe
Yeah.
not as soon. Maybe not as quickly. But it would have still come.
That's what I'm saying. If we kill Dree,
If we kill Dree, it'll still happen. The damage has already been done.
and
Once a wolf has gotten a hold of your shoe and has chewed up half of it, even if you get the wolf off the shoe, the half of it that's been chewed up is still gone.
This is true. And
what cowards the gods are to just leave and they can.
I mean, yeah.
Rava's just so. She's just sitting in the hot springs up to her. She's just gonna sink down a little bit, just like not happy.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what gods do. They don't act in any meaningful or helpful way until you hold a gun to their face, metaphorically speaking. That's what gave Dree the power to be as convincing as Dree was.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I'm muted.
Who was the third one? Rava says that out loud, and she's thinking.
Third one, what?
I actually don't remember either, but Val, there was a thing where it was the Raven Queen, Bahamut, and I think a third deity sitting in thrones in front of a
Mhm.
canary. That there was a vision that was had at one
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, go ahead and just. And you saw these deities at the arena, you and Ty.
Yeah, who was the third one?
Azrael, the angel of death.
There was a vision that we had some time ago about the Raven Queen, Bahamut, and Azrael, the Angel of Death, sitting in front of a canary representative.
Real quick,
of-
the canary was Dree.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It wasn't,
representing
yeah, and the other
Dre,
deities,
Bahamut's.
yeah, the other deities that were
Bahamut's.
there were also the the orc deity. I can't think of her name or their name real quick. Not Orcus.
No, Orcus
It
is
was
very
the
different.
yeah, it was the ones that the Shadowfell orcs were worshiping. Um, there was that deity, and there was the one that the Raven Queen essentially took over for. He starts with an N. Essentially the gods,
Kellenvor?
huh?
No.
It
Was
wasn't
Next,
Kellenvor.
Nerul or something like that. It was. Oh, hold
No.
on, forgot. I'm gonna figure it out again. Forgotten realms.
I was like, because Kellenvor is the one that I thought, or no, 'cause somebody took over for Kellenvor, and then the Raven Queen took over for
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
I
yeah.
guess maybe
It's not Kellenvor. It starts with an N.
because Kellenvor died in the time of
Yeah.
troubles. You killed the god
Yeah.
of death. Now no one can die. Woo!
Yeah, essentially, it was the gods of death that were residing, because Dree had gone to, essentially appeal to them for some reason. Usually about, I think it was about Lilith and it was about Cadis. And they denied her, is essentially what it was. Anyway, continue.
Well, Rava will list those too because
Mhm.
I don't remember what they are.
Yeah.
And they were sitting in front of a small canary. That canary being Dree. Apparently, Bahamut's close followers, close dragon disciples are depicted as canaries
Mhm.
or birds. I'm not sure why. I don't know the significance of it. But
Likely because next to Bahamut's grandeur, they are like birds rather than dragons. That would be my assumption.
Robert will shrug. Malik probably
That's
doesn't
sick.
see it. But
Yeah, no, definitely won't see it.
Malik, you don't have to stare at the wall. The steam is very thick.
Also, they're just titties. Like,
Continues
point,
to
I don't even
stare.
care.
just titties.
Face turns slightly more purple.
But yes, this might be a decent place to start looking for
I mean,
alternatives,
that
maybe ways to
sounds
fix the world without
that
complete.
sounds like a vision of what happened before Dree became a god.
This is true.
And to be
But this
fair,
also
Dree is not a
means-
god.
Yeah, Dree's a demigod, right?
He
Yes.
is functionally a god at the moment.
Yeah, functionally a god, but not a god. Yeah.
Do we know if Dree has divine heart or not?
A divine heart?
It's the it can be called different things in other games. It's the divine spark that makes a deity in D&D.
Yeah, so
I don't
You know-
Demigods
know that.
don't have one.
yeah, this is something that is going to require a check. A very, very, very high religion check. Like you need to have some sort of knowledge of how the world tree works. Type of religion check.
I mean, I have a -1.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
can we have
A
Fleece
19
roll it?
will a fleece. I don't even think fleece has a very good religion check to either.
I'm gonna assume Malik doesn't know because Malik's
Yeah,
been in the world. Past
But
25.
there are some people that you might know who might know.
I mean,
Might
yeah,
be-
sure,
You
but
can
I don't, think
ask some questions. Yeah.
I don't think the question's been voiced yet, so
Okay,
Malik
go ahead.
I have no reason to roll either.
Go ahead.
But Malik, my point is that if any of those are still around, because even if they've are no longer in contact with this world, it doesn't necessarily mean they've left entirely. You know,
Well,
the multiverse is a big place.
at least one god of death is likely still here, just because people are still dying.
Exactly.
Um,
If we can find out who that is,
we could also
Um,
just travel to a different plane where they are more active.
this is true.
I have that spell. I finished that spell.
Excellent. We might be able to appeal to them for help, considering
But if the
the problem
Waystones,
does go back to them. Because I'm pretty sure that other deities probably are not too keen on having the world reset. It does lose them a lot of followers. It loses them a lot of traction. They have to start from scratch. It's a lot of work. And we all know that deities don't like to put in stuff like that in this case.
I will say, if they could do something, they probably already would have before leaving, for the very reasons you just mentioned. And also, I don't know if they need to travel via Waystones to access certain planes, but I imagine that those would be useful, considering that there are divine watchers associated with each Waystone.
Malik and Ty, I need you to both row me insights on a conversation of something that Ty mentioned to see if something clicks to you again, or just to remind you.
Malik and Ty or Malik and Kyrie?
Malik and Ty, yeah, Malik and Kyrie. Sorry.
Or Rava too. Should
8.
Rava?
13. No, because you actually weren't here. Kyrie, you,
Mm-hmm.
as this conversation is happening and gods and worshiping and things like that, you recall Ty mentioning he's there to burn down some churches and fuck up some cults. What gives gods power?
Hey, Malik, do you remember the whole thing about the churches and cults that are
One you
with
made?
Well, okay, it might be one of them. I don't know, but
Ty said that he was here to attend a religious service of some kind.
well, attend, sure. But
just using the words he used. I
yeah,
rolled an 8.
yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. So, with all that, if we're talking gods, we got religions. Maybe he knows something about all of that, and maybe there's gods being worshipped. Am I tracking to any of this?
I mean,
You are.
I don't know what you're trying to suggest is the only
We
problem.
could hit that guy up. All I'm saying
Oh my gosh.
is that seems like maybe a pertinent voice to have in this conversation about gods. He's here to attend religious ceremonies.
I feel like
probably the one most qualified for that. If I'm there, I'm just going to want to murder him. And
as fun as that would be, I don't think that that's going to really be helpful.
And no, that's why it's not going to happen. Or
right.
Why it's going to be helpful. And also, Malik lacks in social skills. So,
well,
just completely blunt. So it's going to have to be you.
Okay.
Fleece is too nice.
Fleece is like, huh?
I will take advantage of Fleece.
Yeah.
Did he say where he was going after your whole little skirmish, Rava? Because I'll go get him.
I mean, I can find him.
Well, no. Did he say where he was going so that I can find him and we can have a conversation with somebody with an intact jugular?
I mean, I can send Ibis out to find him.
Great, because that means that I don't have to leave the mimosa fountain alone.
I will send my small speckled owl who has been sitting on
all right. As you do that, and we'll get to what your owl sees as soon as we get to what Ty is doing. During the course of this, Ty, you have dressed and you have slinked into the alleyways and the streets of the city. you find yourself waiting at a cafe. um, just sipping your favorite warm beverage or cold beverage. It's up to you. Coffee beans actually do quite well in the Underdark, and certain tea leaves. So you you you're sipping, and you, out of the corner of your eye, and this has happened to you before, at the corner of the eye you see what seems to be a black figure, like almost like a shadow, sort of walk into an alley, beckoned to be followed.
I was kind of just like, uh, I'm working. I'm just kind of grumbles to himself and gets up and heads down that alley.
You go to the alley, and waiting for you is a black dog with golden eyes that seem to be dripping like liquid gold from it. And there is an envelope in its mouth.
He's like, all right, boy, come on, hand it over this time. Just don't make me beg for it, please.
Like,
Make him beg for it. It's funny.
The dog is.
I'm not near this peanut gallery.
Yeah, the dog is a no nonsense type of creature. It will hand you this envelope, and this is about when your bird finds Ty. So I don't know if you're seeing through your bird's eyes or not.
Only if it's within a certain range.
We'll say it's in range for the fun of it.
Sure.
Cafe's not that far.
There is a small owl that just sort of alights near you, very visibly.
Yeah.
Black feathered head, white chest, black wings. It's about like a foot tall, all told.
Yeah.
Big owl.
And the envelope is handed over by this dog as it literally melts into the shadows as soon as the envelope leaves its mouth. And on the seal is the seal of your patron, Ty.
Mm-hmm.
And
Honestly,
this owl sees it. It is it's two wings, like two angel wings, sort of, and a tiny little skull in the middle of it. Yeah.
Do I recognize that seal?
Roll a religion check, please. It's also very high.
21.
I mean, we were just literally talking about the Angel of Death. So it could be.
Okay.
Or at least an association with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ty's just kind of just grumbling to himself, like, literally just talk to me about this, but no, has to send a mail. Talk about old fashioned. And opens it up.
You have the location of a Druid cultist in this city to take care
Perfect.
of. Mm-hmm.
He kind of just like holds it and holds the envelope in his hand and just like bursts into fire.
Yeah, you see this, Malik.
Yeah.
So
Back in the hot springs, I just go. Malik's eyes have just sort of like glossed over, and he's not really looking at anything anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's in an alleyway nearby, Kyrie, if you want to go, or I can go.
I'll
looks like
go.
he's got a letter from a dog and then burned it.
Well, that's
That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah.
I
okay.
can't hear anything you guys are saying, so I'm just like, I don't react to any of the words.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, Kyrie gets out of the
But-
hot springs and kind of gets.
Kyrie.
Yeah,
Leave the
what's up?
mimosa jug.
No, I'm not gonna take the. I'm just gonna be gone for a second. And Kyrie just kind of pulls on just kind of the essentials, covering up the bits and pieces. Doesn't really want to get too.
You get the robes provided by the hot springs.
Oh, okay, good, perfect. I got a robe.
Yeah.
Just throw on a robe,
Mhm.
and yeah, she just like runs over. It's just like
across
hey.
the street, and there's Ty like in the alley. Yeah.
Is Kyrie leaving like wet footprints the entire time?
Of course, yes,
Of course.
everywhere. Hey, buddy, the one you were arguing with Rava. I'm not sure I caught your name entirely. Did you just get a letter from a dog?
Like, oh, well, pretty rude of me not to introduce myself. Typhocles Morris.
Okay, cool. Hi, Typhocles. I'm Kyrie. Did you get a letter from a dog?
Dog seems like a quite unusual choice of letter carrier.
Correct. It does, which is why I'm asking you if you did just get a letter from a dog.
I love Kyrie so much.
Meta question as a player.
Yeah.
Has any of the characters in previous seasons ever had a familiar?
I don't think so.
No.
No,
I love the fact that in Ty's mind, it's just a random fucking owl over here. And the person knows about the dog.
Ty's just like, why would I get a letter from a dog?
That's a very good question, and what I'm trying to divine from you.
I mean, I don't have a letter on me.
Yeah, I heard you burned it, is the thing that I heard.
With what?
I don't know. It's easy to make fire. What you are being very evasive, and I know sketchy people. As a sketchy person myself, did you just get a letter from a fucking dog?
No.
You don't even need to fucking roll. You know he's lying.
Okay.
I have really good deception, though.
Yeah, but like, you know he's lying. Like,
Okay. Well, hey, you were talking about like going to churches a little while ago. What was up with that? We were talking about we wanted to look into like gods, if gods were still, the ones that are still hanging out in this plane.
Oh, so Drew's trying to set up like an organized religion here, and I really hate Drew, so I'm gonna make that not happen.
Cool. Well, I guess Malik already kind of knows the contents of this conversation, but I think we did want to kind of figure out maybe there's some could work together on all that, because we aren't huge fans of Dree, and that could probably divine us a little bit more information if we help you out with that.
just imagine at this point, y'all have made it back to like Ty's table, and he's back to his hot drink, and is just like sipping it nonchalantly.
Yeah,
Like,
the owl's been following the entire time.
And
Kyrie still has the mimosa jug.
No, Kyrie did not take the mimosa jug.
She didn't? I thought
No. She said, I'll be right back, so it's fine. I'm not going to take the mimosa jug. But now that this conversation has become a little more extended, she is like waving down a waiter, just like, mimosa, please.
What are you trying to
It's on
perceive,
his
Ty?
tab.
I was trying to perceive what was watching me.
What was watching you?
Yeah.
Like the dog?
Like watching me pick up the letter.
Oh, yeah. No, it's a fucking familiar.
It's an owl.
Yeah.
You're
Kyrie's
like,
not
yeah.
being subtle, but she's like waving at
Yeah.
the owl. Like it's not.
The owl wasn't being subtle either.
No, there was nothing subtle about what was happening. Yeah, it's a familiar. There, and Ty's like, since when did Rava get a wizard? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's familiar. So you were like, oh, you're starting to catch on that you were watched, and that they had seen.
Yeah.
It's not, can I be honest? It's not like we were trying to spy on you. Malice just wanted to figure out where you were so that I could come get you so that we can talk about this thing that I wanted to talk to you about. But
That just
since
makes
you
it worse.
got a letter from a dog, that became very interesting because I've had a lot of correspondence with dogs, and most of it has been who's a good boy or who wants a bone.
I mean, really, the letters I get are just really bullshit. What's uh-oh?
I just lost you for a second. Letters you get are what?
The letters I get are just pretty boring, very not a fan of talking. Yeah, she's really just not a big communicator, verbal or otherwise. Mostly just go here, do that.
Who is this?
Ty's just completely ignoring the question, just keeps talking. And I mean, like,
are you saying that dogs can talk and they're boring?
So back in the hot spring, I pull out from somewhere. You don't know where my component pouch is, but it's in my hand now. A copper wire, and I sort of like fold my hands around it and cast message to Kyrie and go, ask if it's the Raven Queen. Sending a message directly to Kyrie.
So is it the Raven Queen?
No. Like, she's lucky she hasn't made it onto my list.
Then a second message comes. Oh, so then it's the other Angel of Death.
Okay, so is there another Angel of Death? Perhaps Christopher Walken's character in the Adam Sandler movie Click.
Ty, you know for a fact that your patron is not the Angel of Death, but is connected to him. And I mean, you know your patron. You know who she is. So it's up to you, like, how much you want to reveal about her. You have been not given any, you know for a fact that you're not sworn to any sort of secrecy or anything. Like, your patron gives no fucks about what you say about her.
But it's more fun for me.
Yeah.
It's more fun for me keeping secrets.
You say that out loud. So. No.
I just say it's not the Angel of Death themselves. No.
Okay. Well, okay, so I've got a list of things it could be, and I'm fucking narrowing it down. And I'd really like it if you would just give me a yes instead of, are we playing Guess Who? Does the person who sends you letters with a dog have a mustache? Do they wear glasses?
Ty just kind of laughs, like finishes his drink, puts the coin on the table.
She doesn't wear glasses.
And just says, like, no to both of those.
Okay, great. Let me get out my.
I love this. I'm just gonna let it keep going. like the two of you are welcome to join at any point.
Okay.
As it takes on.
Typhicles, I want you to know I'm being very annoying right now. And I know I'm being very annoying, and this is going to fucking continue until you start giving me some goddamn answers, okay? I know how irritating I can be. Also, I can fucking stab you.
Just hold up. I do have to be somewhere just briefly. So if you wouldn't mind giving me just 2 minutes. I do give you my word that I'll be back.
All right, 2 minutes.
You can insight that, Kyrie.
I would love to.
Regardless.
Are you?
Malik should insight it too.
Yeah, Malik can insight it too.
I believe him.
Yeah. Tired. Are you lying or not?
No, he's not lying.
Okay.
He has to go somewhere real quick.
Okay. Where are you going?
To where that street preacher is, real quick.
Okay. So there. Yeah. So probably it's gonna take you longer than 2 minutes. Because it is on the other side of town, sort of in the underground of the Underdark. So if you want to go by yourself to do this,
Oh, is it that far away? Darn.
yeah.
Allies and henchmen that you'd have to fight through.
But you know what? For convenience sake, we'll say the service is not happening, but you do know where one of the street preachers are, and
I just want to find out.
preaching right now. But you go where the location was given, which is a few blocks down, and you see a small group of kobolds conversating with each other. And one
Perfect.
of the and the one that's preaching, go ahead and roll an insight check for me, please. Or perception, sorry. Go ahead and roll perception for me.
Perception?
Seeing.
Okay.
Perception seeing. You see around his neck, or their neck, engraved in titanium, a shard of DragonStone.
Perfect. Those are pretty sturdy.
And you know that with DragonStone it amplifies magic. And possibly even taking this little dude on yourself might not be the best idea.
Because I did have one thing I just wanted to cast really quickly before I left.
Okay.
Which was a Flame Strike at level 7.
One little spell.
Just one spell.
Little spell. Tiny.
Okay. Go ahead and cast your Flame Strike at level 7.
So how do you do that at level 7? Does it? No, that's not how you do it.
You go to the attack itself on your attack.
I got it.
You upcast it. Yeah.
I also get to re-roll any ones.
Okay. That is true, you do. Because of your fire ability.
So you get to re-roll 3d6.
Cool. So what happens is Pillar of Fire just goes up to this little table with this group of kobolds. And with the exception of the one with the DragonStone, you have disintegrated all of them. And he's gonna, like, turn and be like, huh, I must go find Jasmine. And he, like, jumps down and, like, takes off running. He is able to evade you.
That's fine. That's all I wanted to do.
Cool.
So
there are several...
Y'all might have noticed a 40-foot tall pillar of radiant fire just...
Oh. The owl did.
Yeah.
And it's just... apropos of nothing in the hot springs.
No, you won't even see it from the hot springs because it's an onsen, so there's no fucking ceiling where the hot springs are.
Well,
so
no,
you see in a direction. Yeah, for sure. In real life. Rava, you see it and Fleece sees it. Like, you see it through the owl because you're looking through the owl.
Yeah, that's why, like, I just like, without realizing that they can see it from where I'm at, I just go, he just nuked a kobold.
I can see it from here.
Distracted, flagging down a waiter for a refill of a mimosa.
Malik, we can see it from here.
Kyrie, roll perception for me, please.
Malik still can't hear Rob.
Running past you is a very familiar kobold, looking very frantic and a little singed.
Oh, that little motherfucker. Kyrie just immediately casts grease underneath the kobold.
What's your spell save for grease?
Let me get over to my spells. Grease. My spell save is 17.
Okay.
Area saving throw.
Excellent. The grease is casted like beneath the kobold, and it does that whole very cartoonish like slipping on a banana peel where it's like whoop, and it like he goes into the air and then just kind of like falls flat on their back, like and this is very convenient for you, Ty.
Yeah.
I will say Rava's
Mhm.
getting on a robe and going to find out where the giant pillar of fire came from.
I mean, yeah, you see this in
That's
the street.
that's a little bit alarming.
Yeah, you see this in the street.
If I feel the water shifting, I will bring my senses back to myself. Get up, get dressed, or actually just get dressed because I have my own robes. And then follow out.
Okay. Well, you'll all see this freaking scene of this kobold slipping on grease, and Kyrie and Typhocules about to gang up on this dude.
Combo
Rava
effect.
see the Dragonstone?
Roll perception. He is prone at this point, so.
I just assume this is a thing that's worth doing, so
There you
22.
go. Yeah, you see it.
I'll just like call out towards Kyrie. It's like, dead or alive?
Probably alive.
Ty's like, nah, dead. Go ahead.
Actually, you know what? Dead's good.
This I can do.
Disintegrate.
Counterspelled, and you can't see it.
Ooh, something counterspelled my 6th level disintegrate. I look around.
Real quick because
it's been
a good round. Now that okay, he gets back up and he's able to move through the grease because he not 20'd on his check to get up and to get out of and crawl out of the grease, and it's like breathing heavily and turns, and it's like, oh fuck, it's Kyrie.
Shut your fucking mouth! I'm gonna slit your little throat, bitch.
Hey! No one insults Kyrie. No one.
I feel like Kyrie has insulted Kyrie at least 3 times since I.
Kyrie is allowed to insult Kyrie.
Go ahead, Kyrie. What is your passive perception?
Passive perception, I think it's 10, I want to say.
Oh, wow.
Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, it is 10.
I need you to roll me. Oh, God, what kind of. I haven't done a sanity save in so long. I don't think I have your numbers.
Geez.
So just go ahead and roll me a con save as your heart goes aflutter as coming to this kobold's aid. Luckily, you're able to compose yourself.
Holy shit.
But it is hard because Jasmine, the half-orc that was a part of Juri's village at some point, who you met in the village, who followed you until almost the very end, but then was convinced otherwise because so many people had died at your hand, Kyrie. She couldn't stay with you anymore. Comes to the kobold's aid and picks him up. She is a full orc, I have to remember this. Looks at you and is like, do you really want to do this here, Kyrie?
Well, I kind of don't want to do this, period. But
You're naked.
I'm wearing a robe.
Kyrie, you are naked.
Most of you are naked or in a robe. Like, none of y'all are technically dressed for battle. I will put this out there.
I am always dressed for battle. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Major armor.
We don't have to do this right now, but give me like 3 minutes to go get dressed, and I would really, really, really like to fucking do some stuff.
So,
Give me a minute. Let me find some pants, and we're gonna fucking fight. Tarps off, bros. Let's have Tilly.
Did Rava meet this orc?
Yeah, she was the blacksmith.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Rava's just gonna look from one to the other and just look at Jasmine, just be like, "Hello again."
Wait, is that Brim?
Yeah.
Wow, you're bad at this.
It's
Rava.
not Brim. Like, it's not Brim, but yeah, I don't know where Brim's at.
I know I'm terrible at this. Just.
Mm-hmm. It's like, we're gonna leave now.
I tried. Okay, I tried.
Sorry, like Rob and Malik were just having a moment off to one side.
I tried. I mean, Ty, from the information that you got, these are definitely like both this work and this kobold are tree worshippers. So
yeah, which is why he's preparing a fireball.
Her hands are full. Can't counterspell now.
That's what you fucking think.
I'm just making a joke.
Yeah, there's this weird thing that happens like to a class. It's where they have this thing where they don't actually need their hands or a voice to cast spells.
Sorcerers.
So, like the wizard just breathes under his breath.
Yeah, just the fucking cheaters.
Fucking sorcerers! God damn it! And
that's okay. I've got more fireballs than they have counter spells.
Yeah, if they didn't have a DragonStone. And you start if you're gonna try to keep casting spells, essentially what is happening is they're gonna use the chaos of your spell to escape, because with this Dragonstone, this little kobold is actually pretty capable of avoiding all, if not most spells. Most, if not all spells.
That's why two people cast spells, because you only have one reaction.
I'd like to see them counterspell a knife.
I cast fist.
You cast what?
Muscle wizard. What's your action? I cast fist.
I did a genuine muscle wizard build. Bunch of enhancement
Wizard's
spells.
amazing.
So you guys are in this essential standoff. With these two people. So that's what I'm saying, like, what would have happened if you cast Fireball, Nick? It will get counterspelled.
So just like from off to one side, I feel like we should probably regroup and rethink this whole situation.
Repants.
Yeah.
I feel like is a big good move.
I don't even know what the situation is.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Like half of us are sort of semi in the dark, so.
Right. So,
wait, sorry. I was going to ask, is one of these the people who's responsible for building all the churches?
Not building, but he is a cultist.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But this is not one of the people that is responsible for building the temples to the dragon.
Like, you two, go ahead, run off. We'll kill you later. See you in like
Picks
I
up
don't
her
know, a few
kobold
hours.
and yeah, picks up her kobold. Ty, you hear mentally a voice in your head. It's like, are you sure you can handle this, or do I need to take care of it?
It's just like, I got this.
He just says that out loud. I got this! Like, looking into the sky. It's like, what is this guy do? He's talking to himself, guys. And so you're
That's
left.
fine.
Yeah, you guys are left. They leave you. Yeah. What do y'all do other than get pantsed and
So
have conversations about
you-
gods?
Yeah. You
Mhm.
two go get clothes on. I say, pointing to Kyrie and Rava.
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, Kyrie
technically,
scurries off.
you need clothes too, Malik.
I put on my robes because I have my robes.
You have
Because
actual
I'm a wizard.
You're a fucking
All I
wizard.
wear are robes.
Just free balling.
You just change. You take off your day pajamas and put on your.
Oh yeah, no. Malik goes commando in his robes all the time. It's way more comfortable.
Hell yeah, free balling. Let's do it. So cool.
He's a very tall person, and you have to have a lot of free room. Is all I'm saying.
It's true.
Uh,
It's true.
But yeah, let's get clothes on first,
Mhm.
and then you can explain why you need to kill this kobold, and Kyrie can explain why they need to kill this kobold.
Yeah.
I mean,
My
if the
re-
kobold's keeping a dragonstone away from us, it's
I mean, we still need to, we need to get the dragonstone regardless, but that's a separate matter. Like, it felt like there was definitely more killing because of kobold than killing because of dragonstone going on.
I don't. Yeah, fair enough. I'll be right back.
No, it's full on just the Dragonstone.
I don't believe
It's full on just the Dragonstone. Don't
28.
even worry about it.
I mean, I think
It doesn't matter what your deception rule is. Robin never truly believes
I
anything
think-
Kyrie says.
Can you out inside that tie? A 28.
Yes,
Okay, go ahead and roll for it then.
there is a chance
Yeah.
because my insight's 14 or 12.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, not quite.
Ah.
Okay. And you're like,
Out
yeah,
of
whatever.
curiosity, I'm gonna see what. Well, well then.
Apparently you have expertise in insight, Rava.
Yes, I do.
Rava, you
What?
clearly don't believe Kyrie.
Bravo,
though
be
she was-
fucking chill.
Robin is chill. She's just like, you say that, and Robin just gives Kyrie a look and raises an eyebrow, like,
Yeah.
we're
Kyrie-
talking later.
Kyrie, is this related to the thing that you told me about in my magnificent mansion?
Nope, not at all.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Yep.
Ty didn't answer the question.
No.
Yeah, that's Ty. Why am I getting the third degree? I just cast a grease spell. Ty was the one. Did you see the pillar of flame?
Yes. I say
That was weird.
as Ibis lands on my shoulder, and I turn to Ty.
Right, you see a lot of
I
things.
go,
Yeah, that was weird. I wonder who did that.
I mean, I saw you do it.
Did you though?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I don't. That definitely was me.
This
I'm
is my
inclined
owl.
to believe Malik.
I know you could see the owl. The owl wasn't being stealthy.
I just thought it might have been rude to, like, kill your familiar so it wouldn't spy on me. But apparently one of us has manners.
Yeah, it's not me.
Yeah, no, Malik's not big on the whole manners thing.
Nope.
No.
You'll warm up to him though.
Most
he's
of the
all
time, they just get in the way.
I'm gonna go get changed.
I assume this was all happening in the
Oh, yeah.
foyer at this point.
And Rob is
Um,
going to just evaporate.
Yeah. Just like Just like nope.
Kyrie's doing it like all out in the open, just like.
Yep.
Still, just looking at Ty, not looking at Kyrie.
Ty, do you have double sight?
No.
Okay.
I mean, technically.
Yeah, technically you should actually with your. You don't
It's
have
an,
it.
it's an invocation.
Yeah, then-
Okay, you don't
I-
have it as an invocation. Okay.
I was saying technically because Ty is a tiefling.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
I mean, technically it is devil sight, but not like
yeah,
Okay.
not legitimate devil sight.
not capital D, capital
Mhm.
S devil sight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Devil Sight lets you see through magical darkness, but I don't think it bypasses Gloomstalker.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does because it's magical stealth.
It absolutely does. The wording on Gloomstalker is that things that need dark vision to see you cannot see you. That is
see.
Yep. So technically, things that don't need dark vision, things with blind sight, tremor sense, things like that, totally can recognize you. Double sight, true sight, that kind of stuff. Anyway. Y'all had questions for Ty, please.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
So Ty, why did you need to kill the kobold?
Because they worship tree.
I mean, fair.
That's
a good-
literally it.
That's a pretty good reason.
That's the only reason.
Aside from that, while they're getting dressed, Rava had a question about if you knew whether, what gods were still in operation here.
Go ahead and just roll me in a history, just an intelligence check for me, Ty.
Because, we're pretty certain most, but not all left.
Mm-hmm. As far as you are understanding, there are no gods on the plane, with the exception of whatever there are vestiges of the two angels that exist, which is the one here, the angel of the unseen and the angel of mist back in, where it's at, and of course the two demigods that are operating on this plane. One being Dree, and the other your patron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean,
it's up to you what you tell them.
Basically, I was gonna say there aren't really any gods on this plane anymore.
Well, none of the old ones, at least. We know for a fact there's at least a few new ones cropping up.
Still not here though.
Oh yeah, you didn't meet our fox friend, so I guess you wouldn't know about that one.
Okay, and go ahead and roll an insight again for me too, Malik.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Should I be
18.
rolling another insight or
Nope, it's just Malik. Maybe Kyrie can roll one too. But you recall the conversation that you had with Mako about how he met his god was very similar, and how you met the fucking angel. And he was here when it happened.
Oh, so you probably, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You haven't seen him in a
Oh.
while. Or Thora, by the way.
Yeah, I assume they disappeared again. Probably locked by the. So Malik just starts muttering. He's like, any presence is probably locked by the waystone, which means we need to unlock more waystones in order to get any access to them, or go to a different material plane entirely, which requires people from those planes.
Ty, you've been to a couple material planes in these past 10 years, where you met your deity, your patron.
I mean, it was more of a prison hookup than anything else, but
Conjugal visit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll let Rava know then.
And
Once they're done dressing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Rava's hurrying it up, and so she'll
once she's back, she's probably still strapping on her weapons and.
Look over at Rava. As far as he knows, there are no active gods on this material plane.
Oh, good.
Which means again we'd have to reach through the waystones or actively travel to another plane.
I see. And what was with the why with the Kobold and Jasmine?
Oh, worshippers of Dree.
Yep.
Rava looks angry.
So, I mean, that's worthwhile in the first place, much less the dragon shards.
Right.
Well, now that we're all dressed, we can go after them.
Let's go kill that bitch. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
I think she was
Backstabbing little-
counterspelling my spells too, so
What?
be careful with what you cast.
Rava just draws her bow. I cast this.
I cast
Yeah,
arrow.
yeah. I might be doing a lot of knife casting.
Yeah. Good for you.
That's actually a good question. She'll summon a blade. Can this be counterspelled? I legitimately don't know.
I don't think so. No, it
Spellcasters,
didn't look like a spell.
yeah.
It didn't look like enough spell for me to counterspell it.
I haven't
Like,
stabbed
I
anyone
can't-
with them yet.
Like, I can't counterspell innate magical abilities. Like, if a sphinx starts to fly, I can't counterspell the ability to fly. So
I mean, they have wings. I don't think that's a
yeah, but
magical
have you
ability.
seen a sphinx? They there's no way those wings are the only thing keeping them aloft. They're way too big for that wingspan.
Mhm.
For a sphinx's wings to be the only thing keeping it aloft, the wings would have to be like the size of the planet.
Mhm. Okay. You guys.
Let's not get into the
leave.
bumblebee formula.
Yeah, y'all leave. I need y'all to roll investigation checks, please, if you're looking for which way these people went.
I'm good at that.
Can I roll survival to track them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay then.
All right. So with our 26 and our 24, even with the 13, you find their tracks. Like, it's not hard to find like orc tracks. And they suddenly disappear. This is,
Teleported.
Sounds like a good idea. Or a good thought, Malik. I teleport. Because I didn't see any birds come in and snatch up an orc.
Also, we're underground. Birds are out
Well,
of
yeah.
place, which is why it's weirder that Ty didn't react more viscerally to my owl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like Ty has been underground a really long time, and it's actually not that weird to have owls underground where he's been.
I'm
Something
sure
like that.
that's the reason.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Hey, Malik, can you do something to sniff out what did the teleport? Where did the teleport go?
I just cannot say it because I feel like Fleece would say it if he was here. He's like, we can always just find that dog. They smell real good, don't they?
Dogs are good at smelling. Typhicles, can we talk to your dog?
Not my dog.
Okay, so there is a dog. Jesus. It's like pulling teeth with this guy.
I could turn my familiar into a dog, but I don't. I'm not, or neither orcs nor elves really are known for their particularly strong sense of smell. So
Right, but it was magic. I thought you would have. You always seem to have a way to just mash your face against something, and then all the magic stuff that happened.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, teleportations are less things that you can mash your face against and more I ripped a hole in reality and stepped through. I can tell there's a hole ripped in reality, but I can't really tell where the other side came out.
Okay.
There you
Okay.
go.
At least not easily.
Well, where do we all think two worshippers of Dree might have gone then?
The surface.
That's a big
I
place, Malik.
That's my first thought.
can I cast detect magic?
Yeah.
All right, I'll just use that cast that as a ritual. See if I
Takes-
can detect anything.
It takes 10 minutes to cast as a ritual. Just remember that. Ty
I
just
know
like
that.
sits down. It's like detect
Oh, I know
magic.
that
Okay.
ritual. I've got it too.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 second. I just need to look at schools real
Can
quick.
bards ritual cast?
Yep.
Sweet.
He's also
I'm
a
always-
Yeah, they can ritual cast, and
Warlocks
he-
can't.
yeah, warlocks
Warlocks
can.
have to take.
Mhm.
Warlocks have to take the Pact of the Tome to ritual cast.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing I learned the hard way. It's like I ritual cast this. You're a warlock. You can't ritual cast. What?
What?
That seems weird because that's like their whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, you. There is conjuration magic. That was here, so it was most likely a teleport.
Hmm.
Y'all are both high level casters. You know teleport's a conjuration. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Was I right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's just I asked Ty.
Which means that this is a teleportation spell usually within 300 feet.
It depends on the teleportation spell. Teleport can take you anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Teleportation circle, if they had it handy, would only take you to very specific points. Dimension Door has a 500-foot range. Misty Step has a 30-foot range. Thunder Step has a 60-foot range, but you can cast it
90.
repeatedly. But that would have made or 90 foot. No.
Mm-hmm.
But that would have made noise. We would have heard that one.
I mean, I might technically know where they might be.
Okay, well, that seems like it would have maybe been interesting information to divulge, maybe even before casting that fucking spell.
I mean, it's just kind of annoying to get there, and I thought maybe we could get there before them, but
Well, that's not generally how teleportation works. I don't think we can beat them there if they're already there.
Yeah. Ty, you would know that.
I'm working on that, but
Yeah,
no.
Ty, you would know that you were essentially the information that you were given was that this little preacher was here to get possible followers, which, by the way, a crowd has gathered around the burnt kobolds. Like, because someone just straight up murdered them. Like, and
Somebody's putting up crime scene tape.
yeah. But it happens sometimes in the Underdark. You would know that he was gathering people to take to the service. The service itself wasn't in the Underdark, just the preacher. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you know where they're gathering, that'd be really great to point out.
You're gonna have to ask. Nick.
And I guess I could always just ask my patron.
Please do.
Rava, as far as you knew, Ty didn't have a patron before. Straight up admits
So-
it.
Rava's just going to give Ty a look and be like, so you've been making unsavory deals too?
Ty's just kind of just deadpan looks at her and just be like, so out of character for me, I know.
I know, right?
look over at Kyrie. Hey, Kyrie, would you happen to know where I could find 1,500 gold worth of ruby dust?
Hey, wait a minute. I know what that is.
Not off the top of my head, but
Malik, why don't you go ask Kazel?
Well,
She does live in the biggest house. My mother.
no, I know it's your mom.
I also don't think I have that with me right now.
No.
Yeah.
It's consumed,
But
isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. You have to go buy it. Okay.
I don't
What,
think
and
it's
is this a spell for the plains walking?
No. This
Okay.
is force cage.
Yeah.
Oh, force cage.
You have that spell too?
Yeah.
By the way, Ty, as far as you know, the Kirin is fine, and you have not actually told told Rava the state of that being.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. No one's
Yeah.
asked. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no one's asked.
Yeah, you put the Kirin in the force cage. I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the ruby dust is not consumed. You just need the
Yeah.
ruby dust.
So technically, Ty, you do have the ruby dust.
Even after all I've been through.
Yes.
Neat.
Why would your patron not provide you with spell components?
Okay, cool. So I have that.
The
Yeah.
Kirin does remind me though.
Mhm.
Was Harper evacuated too?
Harper is dead. Okay, it's a
I'm so
horse.
sad.
like
I had to
horses.
ask.
It was 25 years ago that you left your horse. like
Oh, yeah,
was alive when Rava showed up. So.
yes.
adventurer horses die
Sad
very
face.
quickly.
Yeah. Harper is not in existence, we'll say. So Flapjack probably. You just have no idea where Flapjack's at because snakes are a different story.
Yeah.
But
And
also
Flapjack was like a giant snake. So.
Mm-hmm. So I have to pee. 30-minute warning, by the way. I'm gonna go pee real quick, guys. Y'all decide your plan, what you want to do.
I mean, I could go ask your mom, Rava, but that's really awkward for several different reasons. One, Kyrie's constantly flirting with her.
That does make
I
it
could
very...
ask her.
No.
I mean, that would be better. Yeah.
No, it
Just go
makes
do
it. It makes it very hard when I'm trying to talk to her.
The other reason-
Kyrie, I would like you to try and. It's just really awkward.
I can, I cannot do it when you're
it's not-
around.
It's not Kyrie's fault your mom's hot.
Your mom
I
is
know.
so hot. I'm sorry.
Wait, I can't remember if I've met your mom.
Probably not.
Oh,
She
you'd
hadn't-
remember.
She hadn't met her mom until not too long ago.
Probably not then. I get confused. There's a lot of long lost mothers and family relations. It starts to like kind of blend together after a little bit.
Drow tend to be that way. My mom left when I was a kid too.
I'm just
I-
thinking, it's like
I was not even aware this was a thing until very recently.
Well, I mean, 2 isn't necessarily a trend, but from the way your mom reacted, it seems like it is.
I mean, mine just dumped me into an orphanage when I showed up with all of this.
And no, this, just point to his face, this, half orc, half drow. Mom's a drow.
I'll go hit up Kazel. And
Head on.
Well, yes, but we'll see about. You needed how much of it was the ruby dust?
1,500 gold worth of ruby dust.
Got it.
I mean, if you need to borrow it, Ty just like reaches into his bag and like pulls out, like reaches into his robe and like pulls out a bag. Like if you need to borrow some,
Yeah, but if we both have some, then we both can cast it.
that's fair.
Okay.
Well, I can't.
And
Really.
it is a useful spell to cast twice.
Anyways, I'll just go ask my pay can maybe give us a hand. She's
I
not
mean-
too if she's not too busy on Yggdrasil or wherever she is right now. God.
Is that like a? Do you have like a phone number, or is there like a library you go to with a secret knock?
Bet it's a dog.
I mean, yeah.
Apparently, it's a dog.
I'm sorry, Ty. What plane did you just name drop?
Yggdrasil.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not really. We all know Yggdrasil. That's not really a name drop.
Right. But this is the first that you're hearing that Ty has possibly been there.
Name dropping doesn't seem to indicate to me that, but I will take your word for it. That's
Okay.
what I'm getting.
Yeah.
So you've been to Yggdrasil.
I mean, is that the one with the giant monsters? No. It's the one with the tree, right? Yeah.
I mean, it's the one with the tree that summons forth giant monsters whenever Ragnarok needs to happen, so it's not entirely wrong either way.
No, it's not the one that was full of giant monsters. That was a different one. Yeah, it's the one with that big old tree.
I mean, there's both.
I mean,
What?
Oh.
What?
So I could technically, with your help, I could take all of us to Yggdrasil.
I mean, technically, yes.
No, like not even technically, literally straightforward to it there. It would take about 6 hours to get there.
He's just gonna ask his patron if he should go along with this real quick.
What is she?
I don't think it's necessary, but
Yeah,
if we need to, that would be useful.
So what are you asking? What are you asking her?
Literally, if I should take this group of people to Yggdrasil,
You.
or just stall for time, or what?
Yeah, no, you get a response back from her, and she goes, "It makes no difference if it will make them feel better about their situation. Take them to Yggdrasil."
Just wanted to get that stupid kobold.
We can just kill the kobold first.
Yeah, I wasn't intending to cast that spell right now.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't have it prepared.
In the spirits of things, I'll make a deal with you. You help me wipe out the rest of the tree worshippers here. And I do mean like wipe out, like I'm not really too specific on who we let go. Actually, I am specific. We don't let anybody go. So you help me wipe out whoever thinks trees all that, and I'll get you to a big old tree house.
Well,
Sounds
I
good.
hate Dree more than you, so.
Ty just kind of like pointedly like puts his like in his metal hand. It's like, really?
Oh, yes.
I mean, I was gonna help you take out the worshippers anyways, so it's not really that big of an ask.
No, I wasn't looking for a handout.
I'm not sure if I hate Lilith or Dree more, though.
Well,
So there's also that.
I don't typically ask for payment for doing things that I feel morally obligated to do, so you're getting the handout regardless.
I like money.
Yeah, if you feel the need to, you can pay Rava.
Speaking of,
I have a literal dragon's horde in my pocket,
I mean,
so I don't need money. I just like money.
usually I'm perfectly capable of taking care of these stupid worshippers myself, but hey, look at me. I could always use an extra hand.
And if you need any gemstones for casting
it was
components,
a joke.
remember Rava does whenever she fills back up from the dragon's horde, she does take mostly gemstones, or as many as she can.
Mhm.
She's got plenty.
Oh, that would have.
if you
Well,
need
we've already
gemstones.
sent Kyrie to flirt with your mom, so.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Kyrie, you're making
Yes.
your way to Cazel's manor.
Uh-huh.
You find her conversing with a very, very tall another drow woman. not cis, and very affectionately, actually. And that woman is holding the infant in her arms. And Kazel sees you and waves you over, like, "Oh, Kyrie, hello. Come in."
Hi, Kazel.
Hi.
Hello. Who
Oh,
is your friend? Hi.
this is the sire of my daughter. Her name is. Fuck, I had her name. Her name. Oh God, I was about to say something horrible. Her name is Clementine.
Hi, Clementine.
Hello, Kyrie.
Hi. I'm here on business, but of course I wanted to check in and everything like that. How's everything going?
Fine. Kazel has told me great many things about you. And she like
Is that so?
and she smirks.
Well, I hope they're good things, Kazel.
Yes, I can't wait to get to know you more.
I'd
And
love to
Kazel's
get to
like-
know you more too.
Yeah, like you are suddenly realize that, are you getting involved in this elf polycule? Maybe. Like,
I'm down for whatever.
so Kazel will look over at you and be like, "Did you need something, dear?"
I needed a lot of ruby dust. It's for, I think, a spell.
Oh, honey, you can't cast spells that high that require ruby dust.
No, it's not for me. There's
Oh,
Malik.
Your wizard, he needs the
Right.
dust. Oh,
Yeah.
of
I was
course.
just kind of sent because I wanted to catch up with you.
Oh, well, go ahead and sit down. Like, and you just see like a chair like animate for you to sit, like, and join them in their conversation.
Kyrie absolutely sits down.
It's like, what did you enjoy the hot springs?
The hot springs were lovely.
You didn't get caught up in that explosion, I heard, did you?
No. I was safely pretty far away from the explosion. I'm not sure what was going on with that.
And how was Rava doing? She seemed tense when I last saw her.
Rava, she got a little bit of relaxation in the sauna, which was lovely, good for her. But
Excellent.
You know how Rava is. She unwinds, and then 5 minutes later, she's wound back up again over something.
Is that how she is?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess I've known her a little longer than you have, but
Yes, that's true. She kind of like is actually a moment uncomfortable right there. But
Kyrie, I think is oblivious.
She's like, ruby dust. I will and she will like stand up and like leave, like you with Clementine and the baby. Like,
hello, Clementine.
hello, Kyrie.
So, how long have you known Kazel?
My entire life. We were match made.
Okay.
I had an excellent seed, and we needed an heir.
Right. Okay. Well, I know all about seeds.
Do you sow a lot?
Sometimes. I've been known to.
Excellent. Would you like to hold the baby?
Sure. And Kyrie very awkwardly is like, yep, baby holding. One of my favorite things.
It's like, the princess seems to like you.
Oh, that's lovely.
Give her back. Like,
okay. Yep.
You seem very uncomfortable during this moment. And
you're okay with that.
Are you interested in dating us? Because that's the impression that I was under.
That's yeah. I was putting that on the table. I'm glad that was clear.
I don't like to assume. It's always especially Castle has a taste for anything that's not full elf, and it just makes life easier for everyone involved.
Okay.
She's very adventurous. I am less so, but willing to for my queen.
I've had this conversation before.
Well, I appreciate that. You know,
Mhm.
I'm not full elf,
Mhm.
but yeah, I can still get the job done.
Excellent. I hope we can all get intoxicated very soon with each other. There's Castle.
I would love that. I'm pretty mimosa drunk right now.
I did notice there was a certain glaze in your eyes as Castle returns with a bag of ruby dust to hand off to you. It's like, here
Thank
you
you
are,
so
hun.
much, Castle.
Yes, of course. Anytime for you. Tell Rava I said hi when you see her again.
I will.
And I'm gonna see all of you for dinner tonight, correct?
I will see if we can make it. I'm not 100% sure. We've got some stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all the adventuring and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to.
What's on the agenda?
I think we're tracking down some cultists right now.
Cultists? Of
yeah.
What?
Dree worshippers.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? She's gonna roll a fucking insight for some stuff, or just an intelligence. Actually, now that you bring that up, that was something that was brought into my own council chambers recently, but the whole escaping here, saving lives, and taking care of refugees have gotten a little everything. But there was rumors of a preacher, a kobold preacher. I didn't realize that it was for him. We are all turning to the angel here in the city, so definitely don't want any Dree worshippers here. As you know, she's intent on killing us all.
Right, exactly. We're not big fans of them either, and so we're gonna.
Right, that whole you accidentally released her.
Yeah, you know, things happen.
Understandable. She is a gorgeous dragon, very convincing, practically a god, even at that point. Like no
I can be talked into a lot of things by a beautiful woman. You know that.
I know, same. Same seas. You know, and just having like a moment, like a little like flustered between the three of you, like like the other mom is just like rocking the baby, like kind of thing. So yeah, you have the ruby dust, and she's gonna be like, well, I really do hope to see you all for dinner.
Well, I'll do my best to convince everybody, and we'll do our best to make it. Thank you so much for the ruby dust. It's so lovely to meet you, Clementine, and I will see you both sometime soon, I hope. And Kyrie leaves.
As that is sort of happening and you're returning, Ty, were you getting in touch with your patron?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically just to ask him if because I failed to nuke the kobold because of those goddamn dragonstones. Did they go back to like their original like main location outside the city?
The rest of you see this as the shadow beneath Ty's feet sort of forms into the physical shape of a dog with a letter in its mouth. Kyrie, you get back just in time to see this.
I fucking knew! I knew it! You motherfucker!
Like, you could just say yes or no. Just give me the goddamn letter.
What do you know? There is a dog.
It is very
I told you there
particular,
was a dog. I
and
don't know
just
why
to
there was
kind
a
of
question.
and just to kind of give a visual, it is very much a pharaoh hound, because of course it is, and just sort of melts back into the shadows. Um, and you open the letter, and it says Feywilds.
What did the letter say? What does the dog want to tell you?
Seems like a very short letter.
Yeah, didn't take you very long to read it.
Yeah, he just like holds it out and just like sets it on fire again.
Okay,
They're
well,
in the
that's
I went to the Feywilds.
well, doggone it.
Jesus Christ.
By the way, Rava, Kazel says hi.
Look over at Kyrie. You've been waiting for a while to say that, haven't you?
I have. Thank you.
Robin just deep breath.
Well,
Okay.
I wanted to get thrown a bone, but I really didn't like the taste of this one.
You just talking dog puns now. Is that part of your pact?
No, that's just Nick.
So
No, that should be part of the pact.
So okay, somebody is speaking to you with all these dogs with letters. I guess my question is who let the dogs out?
It's not it's just one dog.
Who?
Kyrie, you've gone like, here was the line, and then you're way over at that building over there.
Okay, I'll scale it back. I would love to know who your patron is, but I understand you're remaining tight-lipped. So we got to go to the Feywilds now.
Yeah, I sent you a direct message of her official title now, so if you want to say her name, it's fine.
So we
I
have
mean-
to. Or is your goal to remove the kobold from this city, or to kill the kobold just in general?
I mean,
Like really just get rid of the cults in the cities. Like obviously getting rid of all worshippers in general is like the end goal, but
we need to get
I
that
mean we
dragon
can't
shard.
really recruit anyone if they're not in the city, so
Most of you would know that a god without worship is powerless, and if you have a demigod trying to become a god, worshippers are a key part of that. It's not the only part of it, but it is a key part of it.
Gotta kill those worshippers.
We got to kill them. We need the DragonStone. I say we go kill this particular fucking kobold post haste.
So I do not currently have the capacity to directly travel to the Feywild.
Okay,
Do I
Can
know?
your dog take us?
good question.
That's a
I
weird
mean-
question.
I mean
Assis of Thailand just starts staring at his shadow, waiting.
she is Nephilim of Twilight, so probably take us to the Shadowfell. Feywilds, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have had enough of the Shadowfell between nearly getting corrupted, and then the caravan and the beholder and the poor Kieran, and murdering that poor lady.
It's the Feywild, so I mean,
It's just as bad, I understand.
we're gonna have to really just. The worst part of it is
No,
just
no.
dealing with those
The Feywild-
awful elves there.
The Feywild has a different flavor of problem. It's not going to corrupt you just by you being in it or try to kill you like the Shadowfell will. It'll just fuck with your brain.
And for those of you who have been living on the plane for a while, like when you think Feywilds here, you're not thinking necessarily of the plane that you know of the Feywild. You are thinking of the very specific thing on your continent that Dree has created that y'all have dubbed the Feywilds, because
Oh.
it has become incredibly Feywild-like, and like the planes have been sort of shifting inside it.
Oh, well, in that
And-
case, I can
yeah.
take us directly there.
Technically, y'all would know you're directly under it. You just if you get to the surface, you would be inside of it.
Yeah, I could teleport us up there.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, let's get rid of this kobold and be back in time for dinner.
Well,
I
I don't
Kazel
have,
did invite us for dinner, so I would love to make that.
I don't have teleport ready right now. So
Really like to be able to get back in time for dinner.
I'd have to wait a few hours.
You're a wizard, Kyrie. Why don't you teleport us?
Shut the fuck up, Bravo.
Oh, speaking of ruby dust.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ruby dust. Got it. Yep.
Thank you.
Kyrie just tosses it over to Malik.
So
Typhicles, would you be able to kind of shoot us up there?
Nope.
Teleport?
I don't suppose the surface is within 500 feet of us, is it?
You will have to physically travel through the Underdark to get to the nearest entrance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or we can wait 8 hours and I can prepare teleport.
The other option that you have that could take some resources but could get there, you could waystone your way back to Abatona and use your teleport circle there to Dawn, and then just literally walk because the border would be there.
I mean, I can teleport circle.
Yeah.
I can teleport circle to Dawn from here.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of ground to cover
Yeah.
in the Fae.
The
Like,
question-
it is the majority of this continent. Yeah.
The question is where on the
Yeah.
surface above is the.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause,
Malik, we could ask your dad.
I haven't seen my dad since.
Didn't he
the
come back?
No.
Okay. Robert would know that. She would know that. I thought he came back. So
No, like at least as far. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we couldn't. Like he stayed behind during the evacuation. He hasn't gotten back yet.
Kyrie,
Mm-hmm.
you can remember where, before it did become the Feywilds, where you were located on that part before you were usurped.
So I might know where-ish they would be in that particular landmass.
Oh yeah.
is there a teleportation circle there?
I wouldn't matter. I'd have to see it myself to teleport there.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you know where, Kyrie? Then
I do.
Remember that town that you were in called Dog's Key Pass?
Okay.
From the one
like-
shot, that was a
Yeah.
border. It was on the border of the old country and the werewolf territory. It would be at the entrance of this. You've also, Rava, been to Dog's Key Pass before, but that's where your cult eventually had ground based it, and it is a good place to start looking.
Robert, remember Dog's Key Pass? We had that little adventure there. I think that might be a good place for us to start. Just
I
off
see.
the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely this time of year.
do you know how far away that is from where we're at now?
Kyrie's doing like compass with her fingers.
It's past the volcano through the mountain ranges on a not Feywild day. It would be probably through mountains, like 3 to 4 weeks. The other option is going again back to Abatona or Dawn even. And I'm going to put a little mark here. This is where Dog's Keys Pass is.
Would it be quicker because of the mountains? Would it be quicker to get there from the Isle of Slaughter?
Going through the Isle of Slaughter would actually risk you getting very close to Dree.
Yeah.
The best, like, I did a nice little pink dot. That's where the cast is.
Because I know teleporting into
yeah.
that area is difficult.
Yeah.
at the moment.
You could. Kyrie essentially sailed from there to where you guys were at. Like, hopped a boat. So you could possibly hop a boat in Dawn, or in Abatona.
I mean, we have a
And
boat. It follows Kyrie around.
Yeah.
in fact, as soon as
We-
you guys think about it, it just fucking appears.
Oh God! Oh fuck!
Like Ty, a
Remember-
boat, a boat appears, like a folding rowboat
Jesus.
just appears, like in front of you.
Remember the command phrase, Kyrie.
Okay.
Oh, hey Ty, would you like this boat?
I've been
Looks
cursed
at
enough in my
Kyrie.
life. No, thank you.
I like how Rama tried.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Well, in that case, we could teleport to Dawn.
I just like holds up his other hand.
One
He's like,
second. There was. Oh.
I'm not taking any more magical items. Thank you very much.
So
He learned his
We-
lesson with Lilith Rain. But go ahead,
We-
Malik.
we could
Mhm.
teleport to Dawn, travel across the water to Emden, check in on the Waystone that we know is there, and then go either over water or over land to where you think where this cultist might be based at.
Now the question is though, will it take less time if we wait for you to regain your teleport spell?
It will, but teleporting into the land that Dree controls is difficult. There's
Yeah.
there's a larger chance that it'll fail.
There's a
And-
huge chance you can end up anywhere in
Yeah.
that area, including on the dragon itself.
Yeah, I'm assuming that the cultists don't have that problem because they're Dree's cultists, but
Mhm.
Right.
there's a much larger chance of error if I try to teleport into it than trying to teleport outside of it and go in.
Mhm.
I like your idea. We go to Dawn. We make our way over to Emden, check on the Waystone, and then make our way to Dog's Key.
I like it. All right.
And how long will this take?
That's going to
Um,
be several days.
Yeah, to sail from Dawn to Emden will probably be a day, and then from Emden, like the edge of Emden to the shore of Dog's Key Pass, we would say it'd be 2 days, and then maybe on foot traveling to the pass would be another day. So you're looking at about a week and a half of travel.
So if you want to have dinner with your mom and say goodbye, we can do that first.
I really would like to say bye to Castle.
Okay. I think this is 1 second.
Quick, vamp! While the GM's distracted, grab the rule book. We're the GMs now.
Quick,
My-
post beams.
My stomach was hurting. With that, I think since y'all have a plan on where you were going and what you were doing, we
Mhm.
will wrap it up today. Thank you everyone for coming and showing up. Let us go in opposite direction that we started. So Nick, John, Lily, and Bloodcree first of all, that's where you can find me on the internet. We're starting again at 6 o'clock tonight with Revenge of the Gift, some more 5e. Tomorrow we have more 5e with the World of Ashenfell and Churn and Burn, where this guy down here is the game master for that. On Friday we have Lancer, and Saturday we have Dragon Age. That's what's going on in the channel. Hopefully we'll make it through this week. We'll see. But with that, everyone else, where can we find you on the internet and all your good shit?
Hey, Slowpool here. You can find me on Twitter at the Slowpool. I occasionally, rarely, once in a blue moon post there. You can find me on this very channel here. You'll find me again, like Val said. I will be here tomorrow night for Churn and Burn, which is our Expanse CTRPG. Things are getting interesting in that one. Might see me again in this game coming up soon.
Yeah?
If I guest star a couple more times, we'll see how things go with work and everything. And yeah, that's me.
And I'm John, at John A. Bates on Twitter. You can find me. I'm the executive producer at Final Show Films, so you can find me over at twitch.tv/Final Show Films, also on youtube.com/Final Show Films. Later tonight, we have our, in just about 4 hours, we've got our Hunter the Vigil game. Season 2 of our Hunter the Vigil Chronicle began a few weeks ago. We are hunting down magical artifacts, and I'm playing the Albert Wesker of the World of Darkness, which is kind of fun. You can also find us tomorrow in the morning. I have Sinstaku's ADHD stream, which is a part ADHD awareness stream, part coping mechanism for my own rampant ADHD, where I'll be starting a new game. I just finished playing Jedi Fallen Order, which was the second game on that particular stream, and I'm going into, I don't know yet what I'm going to be starting tomorrow. I'm leaning towards Pathfinder Kingmaker at the moment. But that, and then tomorrow night we have Grand Terror Shadowfront, where we have more D&D, and check out all of our stuff on our YouTube channel and on our Twitch channel.
Hey everybody, my name's Lilith. You can find me at Death Carpets on Twitter, where I spend most of my time shit posting about gender and professional wrestling. And you can find, I make a podcast called Ghost Puncher Core. It is a heavy metal role-playing podcast with lots of sound effects and music cues and all that kind of stuff. It's about adventurers working for Satan to recover lost souls that are wandering the mortal realm. I promise it's very fun. Go to ghostpuncher.net for that. And yeah, I've got all sorts of other stuff that I work on. You can find all of that on my Twitter.
All right.
Yeah. Hi. I'm Bloodcray. I am Bloodcray on the internet. If you see a Bloodcray, it's probably me. Usually, not always, but most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't. It's almost never taken. So, my hellish work week has concluded. I will actually be appearing later this week on a streamer named Temporal Wolf, palling around and playing Dark Souls 2 with him. Other than that, I plan on doing some streaming this weekend. I will be bashing my forehead against the final boss of Drakengard 3, finally. It's been a couple months. And it'll probably take me a few hours to beat because that boss is absolute BS.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, y'all be sure to follow all of our good friends here. And speaking of good friends, we are heading over to Salty Sweet Games that are playing some Burn Bright. Amazing people over at Salty Sweet Games. Love them. The reason we have safety tools. So, with that, everyone, wave bye. See you later.
Bye, I'm waving.